There comes a moment in life, quiet, still, but relentless, when everything you've known begins to feel too small. You breathe, and yet your lungs ache for more than air. You live, and yet your heart whispers, "This is not the life I was made for." It is in that moment, not with thunder or applause but with absolute clarity, that you realize something essential. You are one decision away from a new life. Yes, one decision, not 100 plans, not a lifetime of preparation, not the approval of the world, just one decision. A decision to rise, a decision to fight, a decision to let go, a decision to believe, a decision to begin again, stronger and clearer than ever before. You see, too many people are waiting for the perfect moment, waiting for someone to save them, waiting for everything to align. But life doesn't wait, time doesn't wait, and destiny belongs to those who dare to choose, who dare to act, who dare to rewrite the story they were told they had to live. I've learned that fear is not the enemy, fear is the compass. If it scares you, it's probably the direction you need to go. We are not here to play small. We are not born to hide in the shadows of our doubts. We are born to rise, not because the world gives us permission, but because our soul refuses to be silent any longer. The life you desire is not far away. It is not a distant dream meant for someone more fortunate, more talented, more connected. It is right here, waiting at the edge of your bravery. It's hiding behind the words, "I can't," and it's begging for you to finally say, "I will." And I know what it feels like to carry disappointment, to stand in the ruins of something you once believed would last forever, to walk through fire and wonder if anything will ever grow again. But I also know this: from ashes, we rise, from silence we find our voice, and from the moments that break us we are remade into something unshakable. You are not broken, you are becoming, you are not lost, you are shedding. Every heartbreak, every failure, every painful lesson, they were never the end. They were the beginning of your unveiling, the painful birth of your becoming, and that pain was proof that you were not meant to stay where you were. Greatness doesn't arrive in comfort, it demands discomfort, discipline, courage. It calls on you to show up even when your legs are trembling, when your heart is shattered, when your mind is filled with doubt. That's when you become dangerous. That's when you become unstoppable. Because you are no longer driven by applause, you are driven by purpose. Every time you take ownership of your life, you build power. Every time you stop blaming the world and take responsibility for what comes next, you break chains. Chains of fear, chains of the past, chains of every voice that ever told you you weren't enough. And that is the moment you begin again, not as the person the world expected you to be, but as the person you were always meant to become. Let the world talk, let the doubts come, let the storms rage, because nothing, and I mean nothing, is stronger than the fire that lives inside someone who has made a decision to rise, no matter how many times they've been knocked down, a decision to lead, even when they walk alone, a decision to shine, even when surrounded by darkness. This life is yours. These moments are not rehearsals, there is no second act. This is it, the future you dream of. It is not built in fantasies, it is built in decisions, one decision at a time, one hard choice followed by another. It's built in the silence of early mornings, the discipline of long nights, the courage to say no when everything in you wants to say yes to comfort. And don't you dare think your story doesn't matter. Don't you dare believe the lie that your voice is too small, that your pain is too much, that your dreams are too big. You were born with fire in your chest and thunder in your bones. You were born to shake the earth with the sound of your becoming, but only if you decide to. So what will you choose? Will you remain where it's safe but empty? Will you live a life of almost and maybes? Or will you rise? Will you step into the unknown and trust that your wings will remember how to fly? Because they will. You were made for this. You were never meant to crawl through life, begging for permission to be more. You were meant to stand unafraid and say, "I choose me. I choose growth. I choose to begin again." Let me tell you something. Every single person who changed their life, every soul who rose from rock bottom, every warrior who turned pain into purpose, they made a decision. They didn't wait until they felt ready. They didn't ask the world to make it easy. They stood up bleeding and afraid, and they chose to move anyway. That is power, not perfection, not pretending. Power is choosing to take the next step, even when you can't see the whole road. Power is facing your demons, and saying you do not own me anymore. Power is waking up every single day, and deciding that today will not be wasted in fear. It's not about the applause, it's not about being seen, it's not about being liked, it's about legacy. It's about becoming the kind of person who didn't wait for life to be easy to make it meaningful. It's about walking into rooms with your head held high, not because of what you have, but because of who you are. And who are you? You are resilient. You are focused. You are full of light that no shadow can ever dim. You are not the opinions of others. You are not your past. You are not the mistakes you made in your darkest hour. You are the decision to rise after. You are the forgiveness you gave yourself. You are the fire that kept burning when the world tried to put you out. You want a new life? Then make the decision. Cut the excuses. Stop waiting for someone to give you permission. You are the permission. You are the power. You are the turning point your bloodline has been waiting for. Everything changes the moment you decide it must. Your future is not written in stone. It is written in your habits, in your mindset, in your refusal to settle, in your decision to keep building when no one believes, in your ability to smile through the pain and trust that something greater is on the other side, because it is. It always is. No one is coming to rescue you. No one is coming to rescue you. No one is coming to carry you. And that's the greatest gift, because when you realize it's all on you, your life, your growth, your freedom, that's when you stop begging for miracles and start becoming one. There is a version of you, stronger, wiser, more powerful, waiting on the other side of one decision. A version who doesn't flinch in the face of fear. A version who leads with conviction and walks with grace. A version who doesn't need to prove anything, because she already knows her worth. And that version, she is already inside you. She's just waiting for you to believe it. To believe that you don't need to be chosen, you need to choose. To believe that you don't need a guarantee, you need grit. To believe that the life you dream of is not impossible, it's inevitable if you refuse to quit. So make the decision. Today, right now, the decision to stop waiting, the decision to start becoming, the decision to rise from your past and step into your calling. Because no matter where you've been, no matter what's been done to you, no matter how far you feel from the life you want, you are never more than one decision away from it all changing. One decision to forgive. One decision to walk away, one decision to start over, one decision to speak up, one decision to believe. That's all it takes. So tell me, what are you waiting for? This life is not meant to be endured. It is meant to be lived, boldly, fiercely, fully. And that begins with you. Not next week, not when you're ready. Now, because you, my dear, are already more powerful than you know. You've already survived storms that should have buried you. You've already carried pain that could have broken you, and you are still standing. That is not weakness. That is strength beyond measure. You are not here to repeat history. You are here to make it. You are not here to blend in. You are here to lead. You are not here to live a life of regret. You are here to live a life of purpose, of impact, of fierce, unrelenting hope. So choose. Choose your destiny. Choose your future. Choose your courage over your comfort. And never forget, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how far you have to go, you are always one decision away from a new life. Make it count.